Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find our Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will be getting daily, weekly and monthly current affairs on regular basis. You can use code VIKAS10 to get additional 10% discount while purchasing the course. This video is available both in English and Hindi. The timestamp for both English and Hindi are mentioned in the description of each video. You can contact us on the number provided or mail provided. Also follow us on Telegram and Instagram, and the link for the same is provided in the description of each video. Also students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, we have finished with the August important current affairs. Now let's move to the important days topic wise for September month. The session will be quite interesting and it will be an important session for your competitive exam. So stay tuned till then. Also, if you are new to our channel and haven't subscribed to us, do subscribe as we are one-stop solution for current affairs. Let's start. First is, when was the UN International Day for People of African Descent annually observed across the globe? So we observed this day on 31st of August, and for the first time this day was observed in 2021. So we can say this time we observed the 4th edition of this day. Next, when was the National Nutrition Week annually observed across India? So National Nutrition Week is observed from 1st to 7th of September, and this event is basically to tackle the malnutrition. Also, the first National Nutrition Week was observed in 1982 from 1st to 7th of September. Next, when was the World Coconut Day annually observed across the globe? It is 2nd September. We observe World Coconut Day. The theme for this day is Coconut for a Circular Economy, Building Partnership for Maximum Value. Next is, which day is annually observed as UN International Day of Charity across the globe? It is 5th of September, and this day basically aims to sensitize and mobilize people, NGOs, various stakeholders through volunteer and philanthropic activities. And this day also commemorates the birth anniversary of Nobel Peace Prize winner Mother Teresa. Apart from this, National Teachers Day, when do we observe this? It is 5th of September. Next, which state has recently declared as the 20th of August of every year as Suti Day to honor the region's role in India's independence movement? So, which is the Suti Day declared? It has been declared in Assam, and 20th of August every year will be observed as Suti Day. Correct. This is basically the first ever official Suti Divas will be observed in 2025. So for the first edition, or we can say the inaugural edition, right? And this was the first time in India where the tricolor flag was hosted in 1942. Next, when is UN International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies observed across the globe to raise awareness about the importance of clean air for sustainable future? So it is 7th of September we observe this day, and the theme for this day is invest in #clean air now. And the first ever International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies was observed on 7th of September 2020. Next, the UN International Day of Police Cooperation was observed across the world on which day? It was observed across the world on 7th of September, and it is to promote international cooperation between police forces around the world, right? And this year it marks the 2nd edition observance of this day. The theme for this day is police integrity, accountability and oversight. Next, UNESCO's International Literacy Day is annually celebrated across the globe when it is annually celebrated on 8th of September to raise awareness about the significance of literacy as a fundamental human right and a matter of dignity. For the first time, this day was observed in 1967. Next, when was the International Vulture Awareness Day annually observed across the globe? It is 7th of September we observe this day, and this International Vulture Awareness Day is observed basically to create awareness about the conservation of vulture bird. And this year, generally we know that this time it was 7th of September, right? But remember, this day is observed on the first Saturday of September month. Next, which day is declared as the World Rural Development Day by United Nations General Assembly? So, which day is declared as World Rural Development Day? It is 6th of July, observed as World Rural Development Day. And for the first time, remember, this day will be observed in 2025, right? We can say the inaugural edition will be in 2025, right? Next, when was Himalaya Divas, also known as the Himalaya Day, observed across India? So Himalaya Divas or Himalaya Day observed on 9th of September, and it is to basically create awareness about the importance of the Himalayan mountain range and its ecosystem. This year, 9th of September 2024, it was the 15th edition of the Himalaya Divas. Next, when is the World Suicide Prevention Day celebrated to create awareness about suicide prevention, reduce stigma and help people? So UN International Day, World Suicide Prevention Day, it is observed on 10th of September. Right? Next is when is National Forest Martyrs Day observed across India? So National Forest Martyrs Day observed on 11th of September, and this is basically to raise awareness about the Khejri massacre that took place in 1730s, and this day is observed basically to make sure that the people who are working towards the protecting Indian forest and wildlife, right, they are brave or they are recognized. Next, UN International Day for South-South Cooperation is annually celebrated when? So UN International Day for South-South Cooperation is celebrated on 12th of September to highlight the importance of cooperation among the developing countries of the global south, and for the first time this was observed in 2004. Next, when was Hindi Divas annually observed across India to commemorate the adoption of Hindi as one of the 22 official languages of India? So Hindi Divas observed on 14th of September, and this day raises the awareness and promote the usage of Hindi language. This year 2024, it marks the 75th anniversary of Hindi becoming the official language. World Hindi Day, it is observed on 10th of January. Next, when was the National Engineers Day observed? National Engineers Day is observed on 15th of September. Next, when was the first ever UN International Day of Science, Technology and Innovation for the South observed? So UN International Day for the Science, Technology and Innovation observed on 16th of September. Right? This day highlights the importance of STI in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Next, when was UN International Day for International Cardiology annually observed across the globe? It is 16th of September we observe this day, and this year in 2024 it was the second observance of this day. First was observed in 2023. Next, when was UN International Equal Pay Day observed across the globe to raise awareness about the gender pay gap? Right, so it is 18th of September we observe this day, and this time it was the fifth observance of this day. The first observance was in 2020. Next, when was World Water Monitoring Day annually observed across the globe? So World Water Monitoring Day observed on 18th of September, and this is basically to create awareness about the monitoring water quality issues and promote the public involvement in protecting the water resources. There is a theme for this day, that is Water for Peace. Next, when was the first UN World Cleanup Day observed across the globe? It is 20th of September. Next, when was the World Alzheimer's Day annually observed across the globe to raise awareness and challenges the stigma around Alzheimer disease? So it is 21st of September that we observe this day, correct? And Alzheimer is a disease in which a person is having a dementia, or basically the person forgets the things. Next, International Red Panda Day is annually observed across the globe when it is generally observed on the third Saturday of September month. It is observed on the third Saturday of the September month. For the first time, this day was observed on 18th of September in 2010, and this year it is 21st of September, observed in 2024. Next, when was World Rivers Day observed across the globe? So World Rivers Day is observed across the globe on 22nd of September 2024. Right, for the first time it was observed in 2005, and it creates awareness about the rivers, their importance, why should we preserve them, and what role do they play in our daily life. Next, when was World Rose Day, also known as the Day for the Welfare of Cancer Patients, annually observed across the globe to raise awareness about cancer. So, we observe this day on 22nd of September, and it is to basically raise awareness about cancer. Next, when was World Car Free Day, annually observed across the globe to encourage motorists to take break from driving and explore the alternatives like walking and cycling. So, it is your World Car Free Day observed on 22nd of September. Apart from this, do remember International Day of Sign Languages. It is observed on 23rd of September, and it creates awareness about the sign languages for the visually impaired, for sign languages for the hearing impaired people. Next, when was the World Pharmacist Day, annually observed across the globe? So World Pharmacist Day is annually observed on 25th of September. Then apart from this, National Service Scheme Day observed on 24th of September. Next is, when is World Malaria Day, annually observed across the globe? World Maritime Day. It is observed on 26th of September, and this day is observed basically to create awareness about the maritime activities and to recognize the contribution of the maritime industry in the global development. Observed on 26th of September. Next, these are your important days for the September month, students. Now let's move to some revision part that will be very beneficial in your learning. Next, SEBI's chairperson Madhabi Puri Butch recently launched India's first website for passive funds, and this website was launched where? It was launched at National Stock Exchange. Right? Apart from this, remember, this will facilitate comprehensive platform for retail investors, and this will allow them to, or it will help them to easily access information and understand the Indian passive industry. Next, which company has recently received the composite insurance brokering license from IRDAI? So which is that organization? It is Insurance Dekho. This license will allow this organization to offer reinsurance brokering services alongside their existing insurance brokering offering. Next, which bank has recently, in partnership with Goki, launched the Smart Vital Plus smartwatch for contactless payment? It is Kotak Mahindra Bank. Right, this is a leading Indian private sector bank. They, in partnership with smart tech enabled healthcare platform Goki, they have announced the launch of Kotak Goki Smart Vital Plus smartwatch. It is a wearable and a contactless RuPay on the go payment solution. It was powered by National Payment Corporation of India. The introductory price of this website of this watch on the website is around 3,499 rupees. Next, which bank has recently partnered with Swift to launch an artificial intelligence driven pilot to help combat payments and frauds occurring in the cross-border payments? So it is which bank? The bank is Axis Bank, right? Axis Bank partnered with Swift. Now what is Swift? Swift is Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. This AI driven pilot project is expected to provide a very secure infrastructure that will allow the financial institutions to exchange important information along with privacy preserving models. Next, Government of India and World Bank, they have recently signed how much amount agreement to construct the Green National Highway Corridor project? So, Government of India, they have recently partnered with World Bank and have signed an agreement worth $500 million, and this is basically to deploy or to make safe and green highways. safe and green highways, right? Take a note of this. Next, which Indian firm has recently partnered with Vested Finance to offer access to global investing for Indians and NRIs? So, in order to give access to or access or invest in India to access it, global options, global sectors, global markets, it is HDFC Securities, right? They have partnered with Vested Finance to offer global investing options to Indians and NRIs. Next, which type of cooperative banks are covered under the RBI's revised instructions on bad and doubtful debt reserve to ensure uniformity? So, which type of cooperative banks are covered? It is urban cooperative bank and state cooperative banks. These two cooperative banks are covered under the revised instructions on bad and doubtful debt reserve to ensure uniformity, right? And these revised instructions, they will act as a one-time measure to provide rectification and smooth transactions to an AS compliant approach. Next, with which organization did Thomas Cook India's limited partner to launch the Rupee AED Forex card for Indian travelers visiting UAE? So, with which organization did Thomas Cook India Limited partner to launch this Rupee AED card? So, which is that organization? NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. And this innovative Made in India initiative is a first of its kind partnership with any Indian non-banking entity. Next, SEBI directed Dash to value their investments in the 81 bonds issued by bank on yield to call basis. So, SEBI, they have directed which organization? They have directed the mutual funds to value their investment into 81 bonds issued by banks on the yield to call basis. These 81 bonds, these bonds are known as the perpetual debt instruments, which are issued by the banks to raise money and to build up their core equity capital. This yield to call, YTC, right? It is the expected return percentage by the investor. Next, Reserve Bank of India issued master directions on the treatment of willful defaulters and large defaulters to scrutinize all NPA accounts that have outstanding amounts of how much? That have an outstanding amount of 25 lakh rupees or above. Right? This will set up a transparent and non-discriminatory framework that will allow the willful defaulters and also disseminate the credit card information about the willful defaulters to the caution lenders against further financing to them, so that the people who organizations that are financing such defaulters, that thing cannot happen and more money cannot go to them because they are not even paying the money that they borrowed earlier. Next, which organization has recently entered into a bancassurance partnership with HSBC India for distribution of non-life insurance product? So, which organization entered into a bancassurance? Bancassurance is when a bank and when an insurance company partners together and the insurance company sells the insurance product to the customers of bank. So it is SBI General Insurance Company that has signed this bancassurance with HSBC India. Next, which company has recently received the certificate of registration from RBI for NBFC Investment and Credit Company? So, which company has recently received this certificate? It is L&T Finance Limited, right? Take a note of this. Next, which bank has recently partnered with Setu, owned by Pine Labs, to introduce India's first UPI focused payment platforms named UPI Setu? So, which bank has partnered with Setu here? Name that bank. Which is that bank that partnered with Setu? It is Axis Bank that has partnered with Setu, right? And it will facilitate various UPI products such as third-party validation service, EMIs, UPI autopay, QR code payments, and so on. Next, which company has recently received India's first small and medium real estate investment trust license from SEBI? So, which is that organization? It is Property Share, right? It received the license under the name of Property Share Investment Trust, and Property Share is the investment manager to PSIT. Next, which insurance company has partnered with PhonePe to provide instant term insurance to their customers? It is which organization? It is AGA's Federal Life Insurance Company, and they became the first insurance in the industry to offer instant term insurance through PhonePe platform. The users can select an amount ranging from 5 lakh rupees to 25 lakh rupees and make monthly or yearly payments that are beginning at 5,000 rupees per year. Next, which bank has recently introduced Primus, that is an ultra premium credit card in partnership with Visa? So this Primus has been introduced by which bank? It is Axis Bank that introduced this Primus. And this was also Axis Bank. They have also launched the second edition of Spursh Week 2024. Next is which organization or bank has recently allowed the FPIs to invest in sovereign green bonds at International Financial Service Center in Gujarat? So it is RBI, Reserve Bank of India, right? So they have allowed the foreign portfolio investors to invest in the sovereign green bonds. Sovereign green bonds are basically when you invest in the green projects, right? And the money collected through these bonds will be invested in the green projects, right? Next, similarly, there are sovereign gold bonds. That is the amount when you invest in gold, and a fixed return of 2.5% per annum annually is given to you. Next, who will be the Chief Executive Officer of newly incorporated NPCI Bhim Service Limited? So, who he will be? Lalita Natraj will be the new Chief Executive Officer of NPCI Bhim Service Limited. Right? This Bhim, this is a wholly owned subsidiary of NPCI. Next, name the rural fintech startup that has recently received the non-banking finance company license. So what is the name of that rural fintech? It is Jai Kisan. Right? This NBFC license will enable the Jai Kisan company to offer customized financial products including loan from their portfolio to farmers as well as rural businessmen. Next, which mutual fund has recently launched India's first ever Nifty Top 10 Equal Weight Index Fund? So which mutual fund it is? It is Discipline Science and Process Mutual Fund. Next, which company has recently received RBI's approval for the conversion into NBFC ICC from NBFC Core Investment Company? Which is that? Which company? It is Tata Capital Limited. Next, which bank has recently introduced a special edition of Vijay Fixed Deposit to celebrate India's 78th Independence Day? So, which bank has introduced this Vijay Fixed Deposit? It was introduced by RBL Bank, and this is a special 500-day tenure fixed deposit that is below for 3 crore rupees that offers 8.85% for super senior citizens, 8.6% for senior citizens, and 8.1% for regular customers. Next, which organization launched new UPI Circle feature on their UPI account holders to delegate payment responsibilities to the trusted secondary users securely? So, which is that organization that has launched this UPI Circle? It is National Payment Corporation of India. They have introduced this UPI Circle, that is a new feature that will allow the primary account holders to delegate their payment to secondary users who are trusted. Next, according to RBI, overseas Indians have deposited nearly how much amount into the NRI deposit scheme in the first quarter of FY25? So it is how much amount that has been deposited? It is close to $4 billion that has been deposited by NRIs, correct? And this is in the first quarter of FY25. Next, which bank has recently partnered with Aditya Birla Finance Limited to launch a co-branded credit card powered by Visa and RuPay? So it is AU Small Finance Bank. They have partnered with Aditya Birla Finance Bank Limited or Aditya Birla Finance Limited, correct? And it is basically to launch a co-branded credit card powered by Visa and RuPay. Next, which housing finance firm has recently launched Griha Rakshak home loan scheme for Indian Armed Forces? So it is LIC Housing Finance Limited. They have launched this Griha Rakshak scheme, right? And this provides discounted interest rates and benefits to the both serving and retired personals. Next, which bank has recently secured a 5,000 crore rupees loan deal with SAIL Steel Authority of India at 7.49% interest rate for 5-year period? It is Bank of Baroda. Next, which bank has recently introduced a new saving account product Avni for women empowerment? So this Avni product that has been launched for women empowerment, it has been launched by whom? It has been launched by Bandhan Bank. Take a note of this. Right? This product will offer specialized MasterCard Platinum debit card with wide range of benefits, and the account holders of Avni saving account will be required to maintain a minimum average quarterly balance of 25,000 rupees. Next, which insurance company has launched a new term insurance product named Sampurna Rakshak Promise? So this has been launched by Tata AIA Life Insurance Company Limited. Next, which organization has recently announced a strategic partnership with Central Bank of India to expand their co-lending business? So, which is it? It is Piramal Capital and Housing Finance Limited. Next, which organization has introduced unified lending interface to facilitate seamless access credit? Which is it? Tell me. It is Reserve Bank of India. This ULI pilot program was initiated in 2023 to provide seamless credit access, and it will be launched nationwide soon. This is based on the success of UPI that was launched in 2016. Next, which bank has recently entered into a co-lending partnership with Newtep Finance Private Limited to offer financial solutions to the credit-worthy individuals on cred? So that is Yes Bank. Next, which online payment gateway has recently partnered with Amazon Pay Later to offer instant digital credit to Indian shoppers? So which online payment gateway it is? It is PayU. They are providing instant credit to the Indian shoppers. Next, which insurance company has recently become the first Indian life insurer to start operations in GIFT City, that is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat? So it is India First Life Insurance Company Limited. Next, which bank has recently been fined 1.25 lakh rupees for non-compliance with directions issued by RBI? So which is that bank? Tell me. It is your Valsad Mahila Nagrik Sahakari Bank, and this penalty has been imposed for income recognition, asset classification, and other related areas including urban cooperative banks, membership to credit information companies, KYC related, and so on.